Welcome back, everybody. It's been a while. It is the end of July. Looking to do some summer scouting, check some cameras that I've had sitting since about January. See if there's any bucks on them. If not, I'm going to relocate them. Once I'm done checking cameras here, I'm going to go to another area and do some scouting. Place I've never been before. Got my climbing stick here. Sprayed my pants down with permethrin, so hopefully I don't get any ticks on me. But we'll see what I can find. Stay tuned. Alright, we're walking up on my first trail cam here. Real faint deer trail through here. It's a little more open out over there. And back in here it's like real swampy when it's wet, but it hasn't rained in a while, so it's probably pretty dry right now. In the previous video you guys saw me set these up. This area right in here was just loaded with deer droppings during the winter. Looks like some limbs had fallen down here, kind of blocking the trail. Pretty tall in here. But this deer trail still seems to be here. Kind of snakes around through here. The camera's still there. That's a plus on public land. Alright, let me get my climbing stick up there and pull the card. Well, I checked 2 cameras so far, and the first one had like almost no pictures on it, which is strange. So I pulled that down and moved it to a little further into the thicket. I found a pretty well beaten deer trail, so hopefully that pans out. Shows some, just trying to get an inventory of what's in this area. I don't really set my cameras exactly where I'm gonna hunt. I'm just trying to see what's out here. I checked my other camera and there was like 1,800 pictures on it because there was a leaf in front of the camera. Go figure. But there was a bunch of does and fawns and one small buck. Looked like, you know, it's still early, maybe turn into like an 8-pointer, maybe a 6-pointer. Nothing huge. So going on to my third camera now. We'll see what I can pull on that camera. Hopefully there's nothing in front of the camera that's creating a bunch of false triggers. We'll see. Ugh, man, it's thick in here. I'm hopeful for this camera that's set up here, because this is a real overlooked area, I believe. It's kind of behind some houses, and it's real thick and nasty. You really can't shoot. You can get a tree with any shooting lanes. I think the furthest shot you would get is like maybe 15 yards. Realistically it would be 10, but I believe deer hang out in here because no one really comes back here too often. I don't think, but who knows, I could be wrong. It's pretty thick, as you can see. Let's see here. You gotta go through all this. I don't know. Back this way. There's my camera. There's like a trail that comes through here. Comes up through here, and then I'm also walking on the trail. Alright, let's check this camera. Alright, I had 1,000 pictures on that camera. Sorry, I'm out of breath. Almost all of them were deer, and almost all of them were daylight photos. So that tells me that those deer are bedding close to that area. Saw 2 nice bucks. Obviously it's still early, they're still growing, but one of them was really wide. Only got 2 pictures of him though. So he's not frequenting that area every day. But there's definitely a big doe population. So that's good to know come the rut. Because I've had tons of doe pictures starting in March all the way through now. And there's also some really big turkeys, gobblers in the spring in that area. So I'll attach a few photos to the video. I wanted to add, on that last card pull, there was a spike buck that still, well, had one of his antlers, had lost the other one in like the first week of April. So that kind of tells me a lot. I've been shed hunting the last few years, haven't really got into it much because I really don't find much, but I usually go in like March and I find maybe 1 or 2. But based on that picture, I'm guessing that they hold on to their antlers a little longer if that one still had his antlers in early April. So maybe I should wait till the middle or end of April to go shed hunting. I don't know how it is where you guys live, but that's just kind of what I noticed now. I bought 2 trail cameras by Apeman, A-P-E-M-A-N. Not sure if anyone uses those, but I got a pretty good deal on them. They seem like pretty good quality. But one thing I just noticed is that both cameras, the date reset at the 1st of June. So starting like what would be June 1st, it became January 1st. I'm not sure why that would be. Maybe there's a setting or something someone knows about that I have to change. By the way, I just updated the date and time, cleared the cards, and I'll let them sit till middle of August. Give it a few more weeks before hunt season opens on September 1st for bow. Let me know in the comments if you had that issue with any cameras where the date resets. Alright, we're at the new spot. We're on the inside corner. There's a cornfield out here. There's a bend in it, the inside corner of it. On the other side is private property. This is all public. So I came in the woods about 30 yards, and there's like this dried up ditch or creek, whatever you want to call it. And there's tracks all in through here. By that yellow, that's the boundary, that yellow post. There's a trail coming up through there. There's tracks all down through here. There's deer tracks, raccoon tracks. And there's a trail that comes, they cut right across here from the field and go up through there. I think this tree right here would be pretty good. So I could shoot the trail over there and the trail over here. Yeah. Alright, I'll mark this and keep on moving. I found this trail right on the property line. It's like a little slough or something. They're following the edge of it down here. It's like some thicket here, and it's a little open here. Looks like usually standing water in here, but nothing right now. Everything's really dry. I'm like right on the property line. I'm trying to figure out where this trail goes. Everything I just walked through is open timber, so I know they're not bedding in there. This looks something closer to bedding. There you go, some deer right there. Sound like 2 or 3 of them. That's what I thought, man. Getting into this thick stuff. It's a little cooler here, a little more damp. They were bedded right in here. Look at this trail just all tore up. They were right in here somewhere. Oh, there goes one. Sound like a fawn. Alright, I'm gonna mark this trail. This looks pretty good. So I'm looking for these edges, right, in the timber. That's all kind of open timber throughout most of this, but there's these low areas. This should be full of water, but it's not. And it's real thick out in here. So I'm thinking that's probably where they're bedding, because I don't think they would bed in the open timber. And then again, the cornfield that I came in on is back out that way. So they're probably bedding up in here and heading that way in the evening, if they're not bedded in the corn. But just keep working these edges, see if I can see any trails. I'm seeing random deer poop in the woods, but it's a little older. I think they're definitely using this area. But that looks like the spot to be, is back in there in that thicket. So you got some nice oaks, a few of them. See if I can find a trail coming in and out of there. Just jumped another deer. Just jumped a deer right here. I think it was a buck. He was all by himself. There's some buck poop. Oh yeah. Alright. Jumped my first buck. Let me see where he was laying. Yeah, he was in here somewhere. Piling against this tree. Not seeing any hair. Well, that's interesting. Here's a logging road coming off this cornfield that I'm about to walk down. I'm gonna clear on the other side of the property now, but that deer was bedded right in here, right off this logging road. Probably watching it, see if anyone comes down. But I'm not sure who would access this way, because there's no... The only access will be from private, which is that cornfield. Well, let's walk the edge. Look at this tractor path. These deer coming through here. Right down the edge of this corn. This is all public. I'm gonna mark this spot for early season. There's some pretty good tracks there. I'm about 45 yards from where I just jumped that buck. This track might be his actually. Looks like they're running. But they're using this dried up low areas to travel, which makes sense because there's less path of least resistance. I'm finding droppings here and there. Oh yeah, that has to be from that buck. It's fresh. Alright, I'm at the inside of another cornfield over here, inside corner. So let's see if there's any good paths. I mean, like a deer tunnel here through all this thicket. Man, look at all these tracks. This is amazing. They were using this place hard to get to and from that cornfield. Sheesh. This dirt's all tore up. Like a cow path. I found where this leads. Their bedding area somewhere. This is the only water I found out here. Everything else is dried up. So we'll see how the rest of the summer pans out, but if it remains dry, come the first of the season, this would be a good spot to come. There's some tracks and stuff, trails running along, like paralleling the water. Some are crossing it.